Hello there and welcome back to my channel. This video today is inspired by Emily Noel here on YouTube. She did a video maybe about, I'd say a few weeks ago, where she titled it Makeup I Love to Put On, but how those particular products that she picked are just products that she enjoys applying. And I wanted to sit down and do something like that for my channel because I definitely have some products that I really love to apply them. I know they're going to wear well for me. They're going to look good on my skin at the end of the day, and I just thought that would be a fun video to sit here and do. Her video will be linked below in my description box as well, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I have you zoomed in a little bit and I have my hair pulled back so we can get that out of the way. Now, I went ahead and did my brow products because right now I have two brow products here that I'm really just trying to use up and get out of my collection. They're good products, but well, one of them's been discontinued now, and I just have a last little bit, and that is the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony. This was the pencil and gel, like where one side was the gel and then the other side is the pencil. I have already used up the gel side, but that is all I have left right there of the brow pencil. I cannot twist it up anymore, and I am about to die to finally get this out of my collection, especially since she has discontinued it and relaunched her brow products. And then I'm just wearing the e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel in my brows. That's all I have in there. I do like this product as well, but it's been in my collection for a while and I'm just trying to kind of use it up and get it out of my way. And just, I wanted to try something else. But before we move into eyeshadow, I first wanted to talk about this. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss, and this one is in the shade Sugar Poppy. I love all of these, like any of the shades, because really on me they all end up being clear, but this is a product that I absolutely love to apply before I go in with makeup and prep my lips with this before I apply my lip products at the very end of my makeup application. So I did want to mention this. To me, these are the best glosses at the drugstore in my opinion. And of course, the eyeshadow palette is it's so hard to show this palette because it's so reflective, is the Urban Decay Wild Greens eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love and adore this palette. I have talked about it nonstop on my channel. I'm really surprised that I have not yet hit pan in any of these products, but there are a few that have some significant dips in it, so I'm excited and hope I can hit pan on it soon. But there's just something about this palette. Every time I apply it, every time I wear it, I love the way the look turns out. It's definitely a favorite of mine for sure. I know for many people it was a hit or miss palette, but for me, I love applying it every single time. So I'm going to start out with a blending brush from e.l.f. and I'm going in with this shade right here, Lo-Fi. And I'm going to start running that right in my crease. This palette is just one I turn to when I know that the look is going to work out. Any look I create with this palette, I love them. It's just a very simple, easy palette to work with. Okay, and then I'm going in with this shade right here on an eyeshadow C brush from e.l.f. And I'm going to pack that on this outer corner of my eye. I just love these shadows. It's like you don't even really have to work that hard to blend them out. And I think that's another reason why I love this palette so much, is it's just easy. It's simple. I know that it's not going to take me long to come out with an eye look with this palette. Like, you know, there are some eyeshadows that require a ton of blending and, you know, more detail to them, but this palette is just easy. And that's why I love it so much, and I love using it. I could probably use this palette every day and I'd be fine with that. Okay, and then I'm going in with this shade right here on that same brush. It's really hard to show you this palette because my lights are wanting to reflect on it. And I'm going to put that on this beginning portion of my lid. And that's it for the eyeshadow on the top. I am going to go in with some of the greens in this palette on the lower lash line, but now the mascara that I really love to apply and really enjoy the application of, I just actually recently used it up. I had the Rare Beauty mascara in my everyday makeup drawer because it was the oldest mascara in my collection. I was trying to use it up, and I did use it up last week, so I don't have that one, but that would be definitely the one I would be applying because I love that mascara. I have not tried a mascara that is better than that one. But there is another brand that I do enjoy their mascaras, and that is CoverGirl. So I have this one right here. This is the Lash Blast Clean Utopia mascara. It has one like that. For me, it doesn't smudge or flake throughout the day, and it holds a curl pretty well considering that it's not waterproof. But I am going in with a pair of false eyelashes, so I'm just going to be using a really small amount of this. I'm not trying to actually make my lashes look that great since I am going in with falsies. I just mostly want to give them a quick little coat so they'll blend in a little bit better with the false eyelashes. But this is a pretty good mascara if you are looking for a new drugstore mascara you'd like to try. And as for lashes, I love applying any pair from the Ioni brand, and these are the 3D Foaming lashes in Sweet Macaroon, and they're the Fluffy Doll. Just look, I'm trying to get them so they won't reflect on you so you can actually see the lash. They look just like this. I just think this company can do a lash. They're very affordable, they last very long time, they're easy to apply. So I'm just going to apply these right quick, and then we'll start working on this face. Okay, I got those on, and I will be zooming back in to finish up my lower lash line a little later. So I will be showing you a close-up of the eye look. Now I'm going to move on to my face primer, and course, I absolutely love the Poreless Putty Primer, the original from e.l.f. I just think this is one of the best primers. As you can see, I have hit gigantic pan on this product. I love it so very much. I know they also recently come out with a liquid version of this as well, and I do like that one too, but I do love and enjoy the original one. But for me, I just like to take my sponge and swirl it in there and get it on the sponge, and then just kind of press it in the areas that I need it, which is mostly right in here. Like, I have larger pores like on my nose and around my nose, more so than I do anywhere else. And then sometimes I'll apply it like on my forehead. Mostly in my T-zone. That'd be an easier way to say it. Just in my T-zone. I like to apply it like that. And of course, I absolutely love my Smashbox and Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This one is in the shade Fairlight. As you can see, I've hit major pan in that as well. These are just products that I really, really enjoy. I love applying them. I know they work for me, and after seeing Emily's version of this video, I just wanted to do this video because I knew I had so many products that I could easily pull from my collection that I love to apply. And I know some people might say, well, it's just a corrector. It's not that big of a deal. But I have yet to find a corrector that does as well as this one. I haven't. Now, I know e.l.f. just recently put out some type of, like, is it part of their putty line, like a putty under eye corrector, and I've heard it's close to this one. So I would like to try it. And for foundation, it was easy to pick this out. This is the Say Glowy Super Skin Foundation. Mine is in the shade 2. I love this foundation so much. I have two that I'm working on in an everyday makeup drawer that I'm trying to get more use out of, and I miss reaching for this one. I know that I can, but I've been trying to use those two as much as possible, so I haven't been reaching for this one, and I love this foundation so very much. I believe it's like it's 40 something dollars, but for me it is worth every single penny. I love this foundation. So I'm just going to start applying that. It's so beautiful on the skin. And because one thing I love about it is it looks like skin. I think that's one thing that it has going for it, because for me, I really love light coverage. Now, this foundation is a little more on the buildable side. Like, you can build it up to give you a little more coverage, but you can also sheer it out to be like a very, I guess almost like a tinted moisturizer would be. Like, it does give you that option. Now, what I'm applying right here was 2 pumps. It's a very thin. I just squeezed some out on the back of my little thing. It's a very thin foundation, but it's just so pretty on the skin. I have not found another foundation that I love as much as this one. For my concealer, I pick, of course, the Say Hydra Beam Concealer. This one is in the shade, I can't read that, but I believe it's HB Half. But I will have everything listed and linked for you below, so you can check it out. I'll make sure I have the right shade listed in case you have a similar skin tone to mine. So this is just a really lightweight concealer that just works well for me. It's really hydrating, which is what I like because I do have such dry under eyes. So I like a formula like this that has a little bit more of a hydrating feeling to it, and it's not so thick. Like, I know a lot of people love the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, like the hydrating version, and it's okay, but for me, it's just so thick that it just looks so heavy on my under eyes, no matter the amount I use. This one is actually a hydrating concealer, in my opinion, because it's really thin. And I'm going in with a powder bronzer and a powder blush, and with powder highlighter as well, so I don't have to worry about putting any creams down. And I'm going in, now this, the top reflects, but this is the Say Air Set loose powder, and this one, I think it's just translucent. I love this powder. I think the foundation, the concealer, and then this powder are a perfect everyday combo. This is a brush from Say. This is like their powder brush. I'm just going to take some of that and then just start kind of applying that, especially in this T-zone area, because that is where I get the most oily. And that's where I want to make sure that I have the most longevity and staying power when it comes to my products. There again, I don't feel like it's too heavy for my skin. I just don't really like heavy makeup on my face. I'm just one of those people that if I can, I'd like to keep my makeup pretty light, like when it comes to complexion products. This powder is perfect because I feel like it's not too heavy on the skin. It mattifies, but it doesn't make you look like really dull, like your skin, like you can still see a bit of that glow coming through. So I do like that as well, where it doesn't completely make my skin look flat. I don't really like that look. I want my face to be set, but I don't really want to look flat if at all possible. So this is one of my favorite powders for that reason. Before I go in with the rest of my complexion products, I want to go ahead and finish up this eye look. I'm going to take an angled brush from e.l.f. and I'm going in with this shade right here, which is Prickly. And I did spray my brush because that shade wants to be a little bit more on the flaky side. So I wanted to make sure I sprayed my brush to keep it from flaking all over my foundation and concealer and everything I just did. This is one of my most favorite shades in the palette. I mean, I love the whole palette, but I do love this shade too. It's so pretty. So I knew I had to put it somehow in this look. And then I'm going back in with that Chill shade and I'm going to pop that on this inner corner. Brighten things up right there. Okay, and here is the eye look all done. Okay, with bronzer, it was easy. This is my Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer, and this one is in the shade Light Level 1. This is my favorite bronzer of all time, and so this was a very easy pick when it comes to applying a bronzer that I love so very much. I think one thing that I love about this bronzer is it's just it's the perfect tone, so I don't really have to worry about over applying it or being heavy-handed. I think that's one thing that I love about all of these products that I'm wearing today, is they're easy. They're just easy products to apply. Using these products, I could easily come out with a quick and easy everyday makeup look that wouldn't take me no time. I mean, it's taken me a little longer today, but I am talking during all this, but if I was just sitting here, no cameras on, and just applying these makeup products, it would not take me that long at all. And these are products that I do wear on an everyday basis. These are the products I reach for because I just genuinely love them so much. I would recommend them to anyone. And with the blush I picked out, you really probably don't need a highlighter, but this next highlighter I really adore. And I am so sad and did not realize that when I did my swatching video of all my highlighters, bronzers, and face palettes, I didn't include this one. And I guess it's because I keep this one separate. It's not in my makeup drawers. I keep it displayed next to a unicorn figurine that I have. And this is from Revolution. This is the Unicorn Heart highlighter. And oh, look at that packaging. It's a unicorn. And then it's one of these that has the 3 in it. So I will swatch it for you right here since I forgot to include it in that video. That's what it looks like. Well, this is it swirled all together. I don't I don't really, when I use this, I use the highlighters all mixed, but it's got like this pinky shift to it. It is a bit, I'll say powdery, but it's one that I still like to apply, and I enjoy wearing it because I love that pretty pinky tone that it has. And I forgot to mention, this is a pointed powder brush that I used for my bronzer a while ago. I did forget to mention that, but I have started linking the brushes I use below if I can, if they're not discontinued, because a lot of my e.l.f. brushes are very old, or I have the limited edition brushes they have, but some of them they usually keep you around. Now this one is definitely a no-name. This one come from Walmart, from one of their holiday sets from like years ago, but it's basically just like a highlighter brush. And I just go through this like that once. And I'm hoping you can see that. And I wanted to apply this first because the blush that I picked out does have some glow in it itself, so I wanted you to be able to see that pinky shift. But I do really enjoy this highlighter and the packaging, and maybe it's more so for the packaging. But I enjoy applying it, whether it's for the packaging and the actual product, a little bit of both. I enjoy this highlighter. I'm not sure if this one is still available or not. I did get mine from TJ Maxx, so I'm not sure if it's still available, but if it is, I will link it for you, of course. But I just think it's so pretty. It has kind of like a scent to it. It smells like a sweet scent. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know. There's just something about it I really love. I know that in a swatch and everything, it does look a bit powdery, and it probably looks like the way on my cheeks, but there's just something about it I really love. Maybe it's the tone. I just think it's so pretty. It's so pretty, and it makes me smile every time I wear it. Blush, I had a little bit of a hard time. If you watched my blush swatch video where I swatched every blush in my collection, you know that I do have quite a lot of them. I love blush. That's my favorite part of makeup application alongside of eyeshadow, so it was really hard to pick just one. But you know, I'd be more than happy to do this style of video again using more products that I love. It would probably be more so in the eyeshadow and blush categories because those two would be, I'd say, my largest collections. But, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like this was the one that I kept gravitating towards the most. And this is the Bare Minerals Bronzer. This one is in the shade Kiss of Pink. I've used this one a ton. It is one of my very favorites. And I feel like this shade for my skin tone is perfect. So I'm just going to take, this is a Betsey Johnson brush. It just says Love Betsey by Betsey Johnson, but it's like a fluffy brush. Fluffy blush brush. Can't talk. I just take a little bit on my brush at a time and then tap off the excess into the cap, or into the little top part, so I don't apply too much too soon because these are pretty pigmented, and I'd rather start with a small amount and then build up as I go than start out with too much and then panic blend. You can see just how beautiful that is, and this shade with that Urban Decay palette, there's nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like it. I love these bronzers. I am so happy they made them a part of their permanent collection because all of them that I've tried, I have 3 of them. The 3, I know they've just launched 2 new shades, I believe, but I have the original 3 and I love them all so much. But this one will be my favorite, especially more for an everyday vibe because it's that pretty pinky peach that I really love, and I think pinky peach looks the best on my complexion. I don't know, it's just something about it that I really love. And I love this shade over the top of that highlighter. Alright, and last but not least are the lip products, and this combo, oh my gosh, I love this combo. If you've seen any of my past videos, you will know the combo, well, not the gloss, but the lip pencil and the lipstick. I have worn these so very much. They're my favorites. The first up is the lip pencil. This is from NYX. This is their Slim Lip Pencil in the shade Natural. I love this color so very much. So let's go ahead and apply that first. I already have a backup of this pencil because I just love this one so much. If someone said that I could only have one lip pencil in my collection, this one. It's so pretty. It's perfect. And then the lipstick is from e.l.f. This is their Eau Face Satin Lipstick in the shade Dirty Talk. It's a perfect match for that lip liner, and I love that so much. And then for my current most favorite gloss, I did receive this one in PR, just want to be open about that. But this is from Royalty Cosmetics, and you can see how much of it I've used. I love it so very much. I will be repurchasing it when I run out of this one. PR or not, this will definitely be a repurchase for sure. It has the prettiest sparkles in it, and it has such an amazing sweet scent to it. And there you have this finished and completed look. These are makeup products that I love so very much, that I wear constantly on an everyday basis. I just enjoy them. I enjoy applying them. They're products that I reach for, that I know that will work for me and last for me all day long. But if you did enjoy this video, I hope that you will please consider subscribing, liking, commenting. It means the absolute world to me when you do. Thank you so very much for watching this. I guess you call it kind of like a shop my stash video. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!